Emma Carter rubbed her fingers on her head, trying to make the pain go away. This pain had been with her for a month now. At first it was not so bad. She could still do her job at the marketing firm without any problems. Now the pain was getting worse. It was always there. It was really bothering her. Her friend Jennifer told her she should go see a doctor. Emma Carter had to listen to Jennifer because the pain was getting much. The headaches were really getting to Emma Carter. She did not know what to do about them. The waiting room at Riverside Medical Center had a smell. It was like someone mixed fresh coffee together. For some reason, it was not so bad. Emma was filling out her paperwork fast. She was checking boxes, writing down her symptoms. She was a patient. She did not have a doctor. This was the thing about moving to a new city for a job. You had to do everything over again. Riverside Medical Center was a place for Emma. She had to start from the beginning. Emma Carter. A nurse said her name, and Emma Carter followed the nurse down a hallway. There were lots of rooms on both sides where doctors see patients. The walls were blue. This was supposed to be a color for people who are nervous. It did not make Emma Carter feel any better. "The doctor will be with you soon," the nurse. She took my vitals and asked me some questions. My blood pressure is normal. My temperature is fine. I just have these headaches that will not go away. The headaches are really bothering me. Emma sat on the examination table. The paper made a noise under her when she moved. She took out her phone. Started looking at her work emails to take her mind off things. There was a campaign launch coming up next week. She also had meetings with clients. This was the kind of thing that always kept her busy and made her think about work all the time. Emma had a lot of campaign launch things to do. Client meetings to get ready for the door handle. Emma looked up, getting ready to say hello to the doctor who was about to come in. The doctor was the person Emma was waiting for. Emma was preparing to greet the doctor. Time just stopped. The phone slipped from her fingers. It made a lot of noise when it hit the floor. The phone fell down. It was making a clattering sound. The phone was now on the floor. Ryan Mitchell was standing in the doorway. He was wearing a coat over a blue dress shirt. He had a stethoscope around his neck and a tablet in his hand. His dark hair was not as long as it used to be. It was styled nicely now, not messy like it was when he was in college. Ryan Mitchell had changed a lot. His shoulders were wider. His face looked more grown up. Ryan Mitchell's eyes were still the same. They were a brown color. Ryan Mitchell's eyes had looked at her before like she was the person in the world. They were really easy to recognize. She saw the moment when he realized what was going on. It was like someone had punched him in the gut. He stopped walking. His hand closed tight around the tablet. His knuckles turned white. For what felt like a long time, they just stood there. Neither of them said a word. Neither of them breathed. It was like time was standing still for the recognition in the tablet in the moment they were in. Emma. Hearing her name come out of his mouth after 6 long years of not talking felt really bad. It was like someone hit her in the chest. The sound of her name and his voice was very surprising. She was not able to speak. She was not able to move. The only thing she could do was stare at the man who had disappeared from her life. He had disappeared without telling her what was going on. He had disappeared without warning her. He had disappeared without giving her a chance to understand why the man had left her. She was just staring at the man who used to be in her life. The man was now standing in front of her. She was still staring at the man. Ryan cleared his throat, put on a professional face, but she could still see the weakness in it. "Miss Carter, I am Dr. Mitchell. I will be taking care of your consultation today." Miss Carter is a person. She is not Emma, the woman he used to stay up with until 3 in the morning. They would talk about their future together. He had promised to love this woman, Emma. Miss Carter is someone. He said, "I can ask for another doctor if you do not feel okay with this one." He tried to sound very calm. The woman could tell that he was a little nervous. She heard a shake in the doctor's voice. Emma finally spoke up. Her voice was really quiet, not as loud as she wanted it to be. She said, "No, it's fine. You're the doctor." This was not fine all. Nothing about this situation was fine. She had this stubborn side that would not back down. It would not show how weak she really felt. It would not let him see how much his leaving had hurt the woman. She was determined to be strong and not let him know how pain she was in because of his disappearance. The woman just could not bring herself to run away. From this, she had to face it. That is what she was going to do. Ryan walked into the room, closed the door. It made a click sound. He sat down on a stool with wheels, stayed far enough away from the person. You have had headaches for a month now. What are the headaches like for you? Emma made herself pay attention to what the doctor was saying. She said the headaches started out not being so bad, but they have gotten a lot worse over time. I mostly feel them in my temples and behind my eyes. Sometimes the pain spreads to the back of my head. What is the frequency? He kept looking at the tablet, did not look at her. I go to the store daily now. They used to be a few times a week, so I was thinking about this. I wanted to know if you have noticed anything that makes your condition worse. For example, does stress make it bad for you? Is it certain foods that you eat? Maybe you do not get sleep, and that is what does it. I just want to know if you have seen any patterns with stress or certain foods or lack of sleep. I am feeling a lot of stress. Maybe that is what it is. My work has been really demanding lately, Ryan. Typed notes, his fingers were steady on the screen. Those same fingers of Ryan that used to touch her skin, that had held her hand when she was nervous. During college finals, that had wiped away her tears and gotten tangled in her hair. Ryan's fingers were doing something different now. She stopped thinking about it away. This was a doctor visit. That is all it was. She was at the appointment, and that is all she needed to focus on the medical appointment. Ryan asked if there were any problems with my vision. Did I feel sick? To my stomach? Was I bothered by lights or loud noises? He kept asking these questions in a calm and professional way. Emma answered him in a kind of way, giving him the information he wanted, but inside she was really upset. It had been 6 years since all of this happened. For 6 years, she had been thinking about what might have happened to him. She would imagine all sorts of things. Emma would try to figure out why he just left her life suddenly. 6 years is a time to wonder about something like that. Emma had been thinking about this for 6 years. She still did not understand why he walked out on her. Ryan said that he would need to do an examination. He finally looked up at her. He really looked at her. She saw something in his eyes before he stopped showing it. It might have been pain. It might have been regret. It could have been surprise at seeing the examination patient again, which was her. Ryan looked at her with a lot of intensity. What does that involve? Emma asked, even though a part of her already had an idea. A part of her recalled that Ryan had always wanted to be a doctor. He had always talked about neurology with a lot of passion. Emma remembered how much Ryan loved the idea of being a doctor at the part about neurology. I need to check your reflexes, your eye movement, your coordination. This is what I do when people have headaches that will not go away. He stood up, moved closer to me. I also need to touch your head and neck to see if there is something, or if the muscles are too tight. The idea of him touching her again, even when it was a doctor's visit, made her feel weird in her stomach. She said, okay. Ryan pulled out a flashlight. He said, follow the light with your eyes, but do not move your head. Emma did what she was told to do. She watched the light as it moved around. It went left, right, up, and down. The man's face was really close to hers. She could see a scar above his eyebrow. He got that scar when he hurt himself playing basketball in college. She was close enough to smell the man's cologne. It was not the kind he used to wear. It still smelled like him, like the man's own smell. Emma could tell it was him. Good, he said quietly, putting the flashlight away. Now he was going to check the person's reflexes. He wanted to see how fast the person could react to things. The doctor checked her knee reflexes and her coordination. He asked her to touch her nose. Then his finger really fast. Everything was normal. He was being very professional. The whole thing felt really weird. It was all completely surreal. The doctor was being professional. Everything was normal. With her knee reflexes and coordination, Ryan said, I am going to check for muscle tension, and she heard something. In Ryan's voice. There was a roughness that showed Ryan was not as calm as he seemed. I will need to touch your neck and shoulders, Ryan said. Emma nodded. She did not trust herself to say anything. His hands were really warm when they touched her neck. His fingers were pressing softly at the base of her skull. She felt her body get all tense for no reason. His fingers on her neck made her feel weird. His hands were still on her neck. She did not like it. He told me to relax. His voice was really soft and gentle. For a moment I thought I heard something kind in his tone, but then he stopped himself. He said he was just looking for tension and things that are not normal in the medical test. The medical test was what he was doing, and he wanted to make sure everything was okay. With the medical test, his fingers moved slowly and carefully, checking pressure points on her body. The way she felt was not slow or careful at all. Her breath stopped for a moment. Her heart started beating fast. Every part of her body woke up when he touched her, remembering what it was like with him, recognizing his touch and responding to him in ways she thought she had forgotten. Her body responded to his touch. It was like nothing she had felt in a long time. His fingers on her skin made her feel alive. Her body remembered him responding to his fingers in ways that surprised her. Ryan said that there is a lot of tension, his fingers pressing into the tight muscles at the base of her skull. He also found tension here. Ryan thinks that the tension could definitely be causing her headaches. The headaches are probably because of the muscles that Ryan found at the base of her skull and also here. She felt the man step back. Then she heard him take his hands away. Now she could breathe again. The woman could breathe again because the man had removed his hands. Ryan said, "I think you have tension headaches, and you might have migraine headaches too." He sounded very professional again. "I am going to order some tests to make sure it is not something serious, but I believe stress and muscle tension in the head and neck are the main reasons for your headaches." The main reasons for your tension headaches and migraine headaches? Emma nodded. She was trying to think, but her mind was a bit mixed up. The information was going into her head. It was like trying to see through a big cloud. Emma was doing her best to understand what was being said to her. Emma was really trying to focus on the information. "I am going to write you a prescription for pain management. This will help you with the pain. I also think you should try therapy for the muscle tension. You have a lot of muscle tension, and physical therapy can help with that. The pain management and physical therapy will help with the muscle tension. You should also try stress reduction techniques. These techniques can help you feel better. You can try meditation. Meditation is very helpful. You can also try yoga. Yoga is good for you. You should do regular exercise. Regular exercise is very important for pain management and muscle tension." The doctor was sitting at his desk typing away. He was making a list of the medicine the patient needs to take and the tests they have to do. The doctor is very good at his job. He wants to make sure his patient gets the best care. The doctor is being very careful in making sure everything is just right for the patient. The patient is lucky to have such a doctor taking care of them. The doctor is the one who is generating prescriptions and test orders. "Emma," he said all of a sudden, and the fact that he used her first name, Emma, made Emma look up really fast. He knew this was a situation. He knew Emma probably had a lot of questions about this. If Emma wanted, he could have another doctor take care of Emma instead. The woman should say yes. She should ask for another doctor. The woman should take care of herself. Protect herself from whatever this situation is making her feel inside. The woman needs to think about what's best for her. She heard herself say, "Why did you leave?" Then she thought about the person who left. She was talking about the person who left, and she really wanted to know why the person who left actually left. The person who left was someone she cared about. She wanted to know what made the person who left go away. The question was just sitting there between them. It was a heavy question. 6 years of feeling hurt and being really confused were all wrapped up in 4 little words. The question was still hanging in the air between them. Ryan's jaw clenched. He put the tablet down, then he ran his hand through his hair. This was something he did a lot. It felt really familiar. It actually hurt to do it this time. That is not a conversation for a room where people get examined. "So where did you go, Ryan? When did you decide to leave? You just disappeared on me, Ryan. I did not get any explanation from you. Ryan, you did not even say goodbye to me, Ryan. Nothing. Ryan, it feels like the other day we were talking about what we wanted to do with our lives, Ryan. We were making plans for our future, Ryan. Then the next day you were gone. "Ryan," he said, "I know." His voice cracked. "God, Emma," he said, "I know." He told her that he is sorry. He said he is really sorry. He also said that this is not the place for this conversation, Emma. Then where is the place she wanted to go? She asked this question. Should she wait another 6 years for this thing to happen? She hoped that she would randomly run into the person again at some point. Ryan looked at her. She saw that he was not as calm as he seemed. He said, "Tonight I want to talk to you at the Northside Cafe. It is a coffee shop that's 2 blocks from here. Can you meet me there at 7? I will tell you everything that is going on. I will answer all of your questions about the Northside Cafe meeting. Please, just do not ask me anything now. Let us go to the Northside Cafe tonight, and I will explain everything to you there." Emma looked at him. She was struggling with her own thoughts. One part of Emma wanted her to say no and leave, never looking back at him so Emma could keep herself safe from getting hurt again by him. There was another part of Emma, the part of Emma that still had feelings.
Ow.
For him, and this part of Emma really needed to know what happened. Emma needed to know why things ended between them. Emma needed to understand what went wrong with their relationship so Emma could finally move on from him. "Okay," she said. "We will meet at 7 o'clock. Ryan, if you do not show up to meet me at 7 o'clock, if you go away again, then I am finished with you. I will give Ryan no chances. I'll be there," he promised. "I swear to you I'll be there." Emma got to Northside Cafe at 10 minutes to 7. She had changed her clothes 3 times after she finished work. She tried on a few things before she finally decided on a pair of jeans and a simple burgundy sweater. Emma did not want to dress up much. She did not want to look like she was trying hard to make a good impression. Emma wanted to look like she just came as she was. She wanted to seem like she did not care, even though her hands were shaking bad when she opened the door to Northside Cafe. The smell of coffee beans and fresh pastries was all around. There were tables everywhere. Most of them had people sitting at them like students, with their laptops or couples eating treats together. Emma picked a table in the corner where she could see the door. She ordered a cup of chamomile tea. She did not really want to drink coffee shop tea. She just wanted the chamomile tea to sit there in front of her. At 7 o'clock, the door opened and Ryan walked in. He was dressed differently now, in jeans and a gray sweater, not his doctor clothes. This made him look a lot younger, like the Ryan she knew from college. Ryan looked around the room, his eyes found her, then his face changed. It got softer when he saw her, when he saw Ryan's friend. It was like something in Ryan's expression just relaxed. The man got his coffee at the counter, then he walked over to the woman's table. He said to her, "Can I sit down at your table?" Emma pointed to the chair. Her heart was beating fast. She thought to herself, what if he can hear her heart beating? The empty chair was just sitting there waiting for someone to sit down. Emma's heart was still pounding. She was so nervous. Ryan sat down across from her. They just looked at each other for a really long time. It had been 6 years. It was clear that time had changed them both. She noticed lines around Ryan's eyes that she did not remember seeing. These lines made him look tired, like he had been through some tough times. She found herself wondering what Ryan saw when he looked at her. "Ryan said to me, 'You look good,'" said this softly. "You are different. You look good. You seem confident now, maybe? You seem stronger now, the way your Ryan said." Emma said I had to be. She did not try to make her voice sound nicer. "Ryan," he nodded. "You have every right to be really angry with Ryan. You have every right to hate Ryan." Emma said, "I do not hate you." She was really surprised to find out that it was actually true. She had hated Ryan for a while. What she really needed was to understand why Ryan did what he did. "Ryan, why did you do that?" Emma and Ryan were happy together. Emma and Ryan had made plans. Emma and Ryan were going to move together after they graduated. Remember that? Then Ryan just went away. Ryan took a breath, his hands wrapped around his coffee cup like it was the only thing that was holding him together. He said, "My father's company collapsed, it just fell apart." This all happened in 2 weeks during our year spring semester. Ryan's father's company was really important to him. Now it was gone. Everything about Ryan's father's company fell apart quickly. Emma's breath caught in her throat. She thought back to that time when everything changed. Ryan became really distant. Stressed out, but he never said what was wrong. Emma remembered how Ryan was then. He was always on edge, but he never told her what was bothering him, what was going on with Ryan. Ryan went on to say that the man had been making some bad investments for a long time. He was trying to hide how money he was losing, and he was hoping that things would get better. Everything fell apart. The company went out of business. We lost everything we had. We lost our house and our cars and all of our savings. My college fund was gone like that, in one night. Ryan, why did you not tell me about this? I would have understood what you were going through. The thing is, Ryan, I would have helped Ryan if I had known what was happening. Ryan said that is exactly why he could not tell her. He looked up at her with eyes of old pain. She came from a family that was stable. Her parents were teachers. They were respectable people. She had a future ahead of her. Ryan had nothing. His father was disgraced. They were drowning in debt. Ryan could not even afford to finish his semester at school without taking out massive loans. He had to take out these loans just to finish school. Ryan's situation was very different from hers. His life was not easy like hers was. Emma said to me, "So you just left?" She was trying to keep her voice steady. "You decided for both of us, for Emma and you, that Emma and you could not handle it." Ryan said I was 22, and I was really scared. I felt like I had messed up my life completely. My life. I was the one who did well, the one who was going to be a doctor, the one from a good family. Then my father did something that changed everything. I became the guy whose father made a mistake. I did not want to see you, Emma. I did not want you to look at me and feel sorry for me or be disappointed in me. Emma said I loved you, and tears started to burn behind her eyes. I did not care about your father's money. I did not care about your family's status either. What I really cared about was you, Emma said. I cared about you much. Ryan said that. Now he knows. His voice was shaking. When he was 22 years old, all he could think about was that he had let them down. He felt like he could not give them the life they wanted. Ryan felt like he was pulling them into the problems his family had. He put his coffee cup down. I could see that his hands were shaking a little. So he ran away from everything. He went to a school, got loans to pay for it, and had to work 3 jobs at the same time to finish his degree. He stopped talking to all the people he used to know because it was too hard for him to see what he did not have anymore. He told himself that what he was doing was a thing that he was doing it to protect the people cared about from the mess his life was in. He said he was protecting them from his life, Emma asked. Now, she wanted to know what was happening. What do you see now? Emma said she was really curious about what the person saw. Ryan said it out. Now I see that I was a coward. I was really scared. I did some stupid things. I hurt the person I love the most in the world. I thought I was doing something for them, but really I was just running away from my own fears. I was afraid that I was not good enough for the person I love, so I ran away. Ryan thinks that he was not being selfless like he thought he was, just scared, and he did not know how to deal with it. Ryan hurt the person he loves. That is something that Ryan will always regret. Ryan was running away from his fear of not being good enough for the person he loves. Emma wiped away tears from her eyes. She did not like crying in front of him. Do you know how that made me feel? She said, I thought it was my fault for a time. I thought I did something, and that is why you stopped loving Emma. It took Emma 2 years before she could even think about going out with someone else. Emma had to wait that to try to move on from what happened with him. Ryan whispered. I am sorry, he said to Emma. God, Emma, I am really sorry, Ryan said. There is no excuse for what I did to Emma, he thought. I should have talked to Emma about this. Ryan also thought. I should have trusted Emma. He knew I should have given Emma the choice of making the choice. For Emma, Emma said, you really should have done that. She took a breath and tried to calm down. So what happened next? What happened after you went away? Ryan leaned back in his chair. He looked really tired. He said, I went to college and I finished it, but it was a struggle. I had to work all the time to pay for my school loans. Then I applied to school, but they did not accept me the first time because my grades were not good. So I worked for another year. I applied again. Finally, they accepted me into school. My time as a resident doctor was very hard. I gave it my all. I became a doctor because being a doctor was all I had at that point. Ryan thought about his experience with school, and he said it was tough, but he made it through and he became a good doctor. Do you ever think about me? The question came out before Emma could catch herself. Emma was really wondering if the person had ever thought about Emma. It was something Emma had been thinking about for a while now. Ryan said to her, "I think about you every day." He looked at her. "When I see my patients, I always wonder if you are happy." He thought about all the women he tried to date. "I compared every one of them to you," Ryan said. "At night I stay thinking about what I did wrong." He stopped talking for a moment. "I tried to find you one time 3 years ago," Ryan told her. "I looked for you on the internet. Found out you moved here for a job. I was really proud of you when I saw how well you were doing with your work. You had become very successful. That made me happy for you." Emma looked really surprised. She asked, "You knew I was here?" Ryan said, "I figured it out 6 months ago when I moved to Riverside. I thought to myself that it was a coincidence that the new job was really great. I did not want to give it up. A part of me was hoping that I would see you around, that I would get to talk to you and say sorry for what I did, that I would get to see if you could ever forgive me, if you could find it in your heart to forgive Riverside and me. When I walked into your examination room, I have to say, it was a really strange feeling. The examination room was not what I expected. I walked into your examination room. I saw all these things that made me feel nervous. What happened when I walked into your examination room is that I started to feel a little scared. I walked into your examination room. That is when everything started to feel really weird." Ryan said this with a sad smile on his face. He thought he was losing his mind. Ryan thought that the bad things he did were finally getting to him. He was seeing things that were not really there. Then you accidentally dropped your phone. Ryan saw that you were actually standing in front of him. Ryan realized that you were a person. After that, Ryan did not know if he should be happy, that you were real, or if he should be very scared of what might happen with Ryan and you. Emma sat with this information, trying to make sense of everything that had been said to her. For 6 years, she had been dealing with a mystery and a lot of unanswered questions about the situation, and finally, she was getting some answers. This new information did not make the pain go away. It did help Emma to understand the situation. With the mystery and the unanswered questions a little better, she said finally, "I am not the person I was. The girl who was 22 years old and loved Ryan completely, that girl does not exist anymore. Ryan broke something in her when he left. She rebuilt herself. Now she is different. She is more careful with the people she meets. She trusts people now. The Ryan she knew is the one who broke her trust." Ryan said, "I know." He did not think that person would forgive him. He did not think that person would give Ryan another chance. Ryan just wanted that person to know what really happened. Ryan wanted that person to understand that leaving them was a bad mistake. Leaving them was the mistake of Ryan's life. Emma said, "What do you want from me? I mean, really, why are you telling me all this stuff? Why not just let another doctor take care of me? We can both just move on with our lives." Emma wanted to know why the doctor was doing this. Emma asked why the doctor did not just transfer her care to another doctor. Ryan was really quiet for a bit, thinking about what he wanted to say. "Seeing you today, even though it was not a situation, made me think about the person I used to be. The person I was when I was with you, Emma. Before a lot of things, like fear and shame and pride, messed everything up." He looked at Emma with a lot of intensity. It was so strong that it made her stop breathing for a second. "I do not expect anything from you, Emma. If there is a tiny chance that we can start fresh, not as the people we used to be, but as the people we are today, I want to give it a shot. I want a chance to show that I am not that kid I used to be. I want to prove that I have changed and that the person I am now is different from the person I was then. I really want to try and make this work because I think that we could be happy together if we start over as the people we're now." Emma's heart was beating fast. A part of her wanted to say yes, a way to go back to him and act like the last 6 years never happened. Emma had worked very hard to make herself strong again, and she did not want to give that up for something that sounded good. Emma knew that she could not just forget what had happened and go back to the way things were before, no matter how much she might want to. I need some time, she said. I have to think about this thing, about if I can trust you again with my feelings. If I even want to try trusting you, I have to think about whether I'm ready to do that. Ryan said, that is fair. Take all the time you need, Ryan said. He is not going anywhere. Ryan is not going anywhere this time. They sat there in silence for a moment. The weight of 6 years and all the things they never said was really heavy between them. It was the things they never talked about that made it feel so uncomfortable. 6 years is a time, and it was pretty clear that the unspoken words were still an issue. Between them, Ryan said softly to me, tell me about your life. What is your job like? Who are your friends? I really want to know what kind of person you are now. I want to know who you have become over time, what you do, and the people you hang out with. Your life, your job, your friends. I want to hear all about these things. Emma found herself talking to him about her job in marketing. She was telling him about the projects she had worked on and the promotions she had gotten. Emma talked about her friend Jennifer, who was really important to her. Jennifer had been there for her when things were tough. Emma also told him about her apartment. It was a place that looked out over the river. She liked to go to the farmer's market on the weekends. Emma had even taken a class to learn how to make pottery here. She really enjoyed the pottery class. Ryan was really paying attention to what Emma had to say. He asked her questions, smiled when she told him stories. The way he looked at Emma made her feel like she was the person in the world. Slowly, Emma started to feel a change inside of her. It was not that she forgave Ryan or anything. She was starting to understand him. Emma felt like she was taking her small step towards feeling better. About everything that happened with Ryan, when the people finally left the cafe, it was past 9. The autumn air was really cool. Leaves were blowing across the sidewalk in the breeze. The autumn air felt nice and cool. Leaves from the trees were skittering over the sidewalk. Ryan asked if he could walk with her to her car. He wanted to make sure she got to her car safely. Ryan was being very nice and considerate. He really wanted to walk with her to her car. Emma. They walked together side by side. They were not touching. Emma was close enough to him that she could feel the warmth of the man's presence. The man was there beside her, and Emma could feel his warmth. At her car, Ryan turned to face her. I want to thank you for listening to me. You gave me a chance to explain what happened. That means a lot to me. I know it does not fix anything that went wrong. The fact that you listened to Ryan means everything to Ryan. Ryan. Emma. He looked at her with a lot of hope and a lot of fear at the same time. I do not know if I can get past what happened to us, she told. Ryan, I am not making any promises to Ryan. I am willing to try with Ryan to see if there is anything good left. Between Ryan and me, that is worth saving. The smile that came on his face was like the sun coming up. That is more than I deserve. That is more than I hoped for. Emma said, do not make me regret this, and she was trying to sound really serious. She just could not do it. Ryan said, I will not do it. He looked at the person, said, I promise you I will not do it. Ryan wanted to make sure the person believed him, so he said it again. I will not do it. I swear to you I will not do it. Ryan really meant it when he said, I will not do it. Double quotes. Emma got in her car and drove away. Watching him in her rearview mirror as he stood in the parking lot, watching her go. But this time felt different. This time felt like a beginning instead of an ending. Over the 3 weeks, Emma and Ryan got into a nice routine. They would have coffee on Saturday mornings at Northside Cafe. They talked about all sorts of things, and sometimes nothing all. Then on Wednesdays, they would have lunch together when their schedules worked out. They would share sandwiches, tell each other about what happened during their week. Emma and Ryan also had phone calls in the evenings. These phone calls would start with a question, and then they would talk for hours until they finally said goodbye, which they never really wanted to do. Emma and Ryan really enjoyed these phone calls. Ryan showed that he is a person you can count on. He did what he said he would do. Every morning, Ryan sent her a text to say morning, and he asked her about her day. Ryan paid attention to things like the way she likes her coffee and the fact that she does not like cilantro. Ryan told her about the problems he was having at work. He talked about the things that scared him and made him feel frustrated, so Ryan was being very open. With her, and Ryan was showing her that he is not perfect and that is something Ryan had never done before with her. Emma introduced him to Jennifer, and Jennifer was not very sure. Emma thought Jennifer would feel this way about him. That is exactly what happened with Jennifer. "This is the guy who just disappeared on you for 6 years?" Jennifer said really quietly in the kitchen while Ryan was waiting in the living room. "You are actually going to give this guy another chance?" Emma had said that she needs to know. She needs to know if what Emma and the other person had was real, or if Emma has been holding on to a fantasy about what they had. Emma wants to know the truth about what they had. "Jennifer had told me to be careful. She said, 'Do not let him hurt me again.' Jennifer was worried that he would break my heart like he did before." As the weeks went by, Emma started to feel more comfortable around Ryan. She was laughing a lot more when she was with him. Emma was also telling Ryan about the things that scared her and the things she was not good at. Emma was starting to think that maybe she and Ryan could make something together, something that would be better than what they had before. Emma really wanted to believe that she and Ryan could build a life from the bad things that had happened to them. One evening, a month after Ryan and she got back together, Ryan asked her to come over to his place for dinner. His apartment was a place that was tidy and had everything he needed. It looked like the home of someone who was always at work. But Ryan had obviously tried to make it nice. He had put candles on the table. There was music playing quietly in the background. Ryan had made an effort to make his apartment look nice for her. The dinner at Ryan's apartment was going to be a night. Ryan said he made pasta. He looked really nervous. He remembered that I used to love the carbonara from that place, near campus. So Ryan tried to make it himself. Ryan said he does not know if it is any good. Emma smiled. She felt happy about what was done for her. "I am sure the gift is perfect," she said. The gift was really nice. Emma loved it. Emma thought the gift was what she needed. Ryan and Emma had dinner together. It felt like times. They had not seen each other in a while. It felt almost normal. Ryan told Emma about a case he had worked on that week. Emma was getting ready to pitch a marketing campaign. She was really nervous about it. They talked about this for a bit. Then they started talking about the old days in college. They laughed about the fun times they had together. These were memories that did not bring up any bad feelings. Ryan and Emma liked remembering the times they had in college. After dinner, they went to the couch, had some wine. They sat close to each other, but they were not actually touching. The wine was between them on the coffee table. The air around the couch felt like something was about to happen with the dinner and the wine and them sitting on the couch. "Emma," Ryan said in a voice, "I want to ask you something."
Of course.
"Often think about what could have happened if things were different. If I had not left, if we had stayed in a relationship together, I wonder what our life would be like. Do you think about what might have been if we had stayed together? If we had worked things out and stayed with each other, do you think our relationship would have been better? I think about what might have been a lot. I think about us and what we had. I wonder what would have happened if I had not left and if we had stayed together." Emma thought about the question for a moment. She said, "Sometimes I think about it. I really try not to think about it too much. The thing is, we cannot change what happened in the past, so Emma tries to focus on things. Emma knows that thinking about the past all the time is not good for her. Emma wants to move on and think about what Emma can do." Ryan said no. Then he said maybe they can change the future. He really thinks they can change the future. The future is what Ryan is talking about. He wants to change it. He turned around to face her completely, taking her hand in his hand. "I know we are taking things slow. I know you need time to trust me again. I need you to know something about us. I am falling for you over again. The woman you have become is more amazing than the girl I remember. You are stronger, more confident, and more incredible than I ever thought you could be. The woman you are now is really something." Emma's breath caught. "Ryan, I do not know if I am ready to hear this thing that you want to tell me, Ryan." Ryan said this fast. He did not want the other person to say anything back. Ryan just wanted them to know how he felt. Ryan needed them to understand that this was not about remembering the past or trying to make things like they used to be. This was about Ryan wanting the person, the real person they are at this moment. Ryan likes the person there right now. Before Emma could say anything, Ryan's phone started ringing. He looked at it. His face got really upset. "It's the hospital calling me. I am sorry, I have to answer this call from the hospital." He answered the phone and Emma looked at his face. It changed as he was listening. He said, "How bad is it?" "Okay, I will be there in 15 minutes. Hung up the phone, looking really upset. There was a car accident with a lot of cars. They need all the doctors they can get. The hospital is calling in every doctor. He has to go to the hospital now because they need him to help with the car accident." This was the test, Emma realized. The moment of truth had finally come. He had to choose between Emma and his job. Emma wanted to know if he really was different now. She needed to see if anything had really changed for him and for them for Emma. The woman told him to go. She stood up, said that they need him. They really need him now. "Emma, I am really sorry. Tonight was supposed to be special. It did not turn out that way. I was hoping that tonight would be perfect, just like I had imagined, and that is what I was aiming for a night. Tonight, the night I was looking forward to, did not go as planned." "Ryan, stop," Emma said in a voice. "You are a doctor, Ryan. People need a doctor like you." Emma understood that. Emma was not going to be mad at Ryan for doing the job of a doctor. Relief flooded his face. "Are you really sure about this?" "I am sure you should. Save lives now. Just send me a message when you are able to do so. I know that you are okay." Ryan kissed her forehead, quickly grabbed his keys and rushed out of the house. Emma cleaned up the dinner dishes. She did this by herself. Then she let herself out, locked the door behind her. This is what Ryan had asked her to do. At home, she tried to take her mind off things by watching television. She could not stop thinking about Ryan at the hospital. He was dealing with emergencies, saving people's lives. Then around midnight, her phone started buzzing. "Ryan, still here? It's bad. Multiple critical patients. Might be here all night. I'm sorry about dinner. Emma. Do not apologize. You are doing important work. Please be safe. Ryan, thank you for understanding. I think you are really amazing." "You are incredible," Emma smiled at her phone. Then she climbed into bed. She thought about Ryan, and she fell asleep. Emma was thinking about Ryan and the idea of chances with Ryan. She was also thinking about the possibility of a future. With Ryan, she woke up at 3 in the morning to someone pounding on her door. Her heart was racing fast. She quickly grabbed a robe, went to check the peephole. Ryan was standing there. He was still wearing his scrubs from work. He looked very exhausted. His clothes were all rumpled. She opened the door fast. "What is wrong? What happened to her?" "Nothing is wrong," Ryan said, stepping inside. "Everything is right. I just got done at the hospital. I could not go home without seeing you, Ryan. Really needed to see you." He just had to stop and visit you after he finished at the hospital because Ryan was thinking about you. "Ryan, it's 3 in the morning. I know that I did something. I am sorry. Emma, tonight I was at the hospital. I was working with those patients and all I could think about was you. I was thinking about what you said to me about how you told me it was okay to go and how you understood what I had to do. You did not make me pick between you and my work. That really meant a lot to me. Something became very clear to me, something about you and about us and about how you make me feel, Emma." Emma said what her heart was beating fast. "I figured out that I do not have to choose between being a doctor and being with you. The right person for me does not make me pick between these two things. They help me. They understand me. They make me better at everything I do because they make me feel complete." He stepped closer. To me, his eyes were very serious. "You make me feel complete, Emma. You always did make me feel this way, Emma." "Ryan," Emma said quietly, and then Ryan's arms were around her, pulling her close. To him, he told her that he loves her as he spoke against her hair. He said he never stopped feeling this way about her. If she will give him another chance, he will use the rest of his life to show her that he is a person and deserves her love. He wants to prove that he is worthy of her love. Emma pulled back to look at this man, at the man who had broken her heart. It's the heart of Emma. She saw sincerity in the eyes of this man. She saw a commitment. From him, she saw the future that Emma and this man could have if Emma was brave enough to try. For it to reach for the future that Emma and this man could have together, She told him that she loved him too. She really meant it. She felt it deep down inside her. She had tried not to love him. She had tried to keep herself safe. It did not work. She loves him. She really does love him. Ryan kissed her. Then it was a kiss, and a desperate one. Full of all the feelings he had for her over the last 6 years, Emma kissed Ryan back. She put everything she was feeling into this kiss. All the pain and the hope and the love she had. For Ryan, when Ryan and the girl finally broke apart, they were both out of breath. Ryan rested his forehead against hers. He said, "I am not going to mess this up. I promise you that. You are my priority. You are my future." Ryan said that she is everything to him. Ryan really means it when he says that she is everything. Emma said, "Show me." She did not want to hear it with words. Emma wanted to see it every day. Emma wanted them to prove it with the things they do. Ryan said he would do it. He said, "I will." He meant it. Starting now, Ryan promised he would get to work on it. He stayed with her that night, holding her tight while they slept. When Emma woke up in the morning, his arms were still around her. She felt a feeling that she had not felt for a long time, 6 whole years. Emma felt like everything was okay. She felt complete, like the missing piece was back, and that made Emma feel complete. The months that came after were not perfect. They had times when they did not agree, moments when they were not sure, times when their old fears came back. They figured these things out together. They learned how to talk to each other. They learned how to trust each other. They learned that love is something that you have to work at every day. They learned that love is something that you have to choose every day. It does not just happen on its own. Love requires effort from both people. Love requires a choice from both people. Love requires a commitment from both people every day. Ryan introduced Emma to his mother. She was so happy that she cried when she saw Ryan and Emma together. His mother was relieved to see Ryan happy at last. Emma took Ryan to her family dinners. Her parents were nice to Ryan. They were also careful. They wanted to make sure Ryan treated Emma well. Ryan and Emma built a life together. They did it piece by piece and moment by moment. Ryan made sure to work when he could. He wanted to spend time with Emma. Emma learned to trust Ryan. She knew that when Ryan had to go for emergencies, Ryan would always come back. Ryan and Emma spent a lot of time together. It made their life better. 6 months after Ryan and Emma got back together, Ryan went to Emma's apartment. He had flowers with him. He was smiling in a really nervous way. This was a deal for Ryan and Emma because it had been a while since they had seen each other like this. Ryan was at Emma's apartment. He was feeling pretty anxious about the whole thing. He said, "I have something I want to ask computer support." Emma's heart was beating fast as he got down on one knee, and then he pulled out a simple ring that was really beautiful. The ring was beautiful. Emma's heart was still racing. "Emma Carter, I was really unhappy for 6 years when we were not together. I do not want to be without you for one day. Emma Carter, will you marry me? I want Emma Carter to marry me so I can spend my life trying to make Emma Carter happy." Emma looked at him, at this man. He had hurt her. Then he had healed her. This man had left her. Then he had come back to her. The way he acted showed Emma that people are able to change. People are able to grow. People are able to become people. Emma saw this in him, in this man. The woman said yes. She had tears coming down her face. She told him that yes, she will marry him. Ryan slipped the ring on Emma's finger, pulled her into his arms. Emma thought about the weird way that Ryan and her had ended up together. It started with a doctor visit that turned into a surprise meeting with Ryan. This meeting with Ryan gave them a chance with each other. For Ryan and Emma, this second chance turned into a brand start. The love that Ryan and Emma shared was strong enough to survive being from each other, and it actually became even stronger. The universe does some strange things. It breaks things into pieces. Then it puts them back together again. You know what, the universe usually does a better job the second time around? I think that is what makes some love stories really special. The best love stories are the ones that get to start over again. The universe gives them a chance, and that is really beautiful. The universe gives these love stories a chapter. and as Ryan kissed her, both of them laughing and crying, Emma knew with absolute certainty that their second chapter would be even better than their first.